All right, thank you guys for coming today. What I wanted to do is provide an update on the charging of Eric Maes regarding the homicide and kidnap incident that occurred in our city on February 9th. So last night, yesterday afternoon, about 2:45, Eric Maes was arrested in the city of Phoenix for our charges. We interviewed him, and during that interview, because of that interview, we amended the charges we originally had, which was 1 count of manslaughter. He was booked into the intake and release facility in Maricopa County last night for 1 count of murder in the first degree, for kidnapping, for endangerment, and for theft of means of transportation. Those charges can always be amended because this is an ongoing investigation, so more can be added or those could be amended as well. One thing we did want to say is thank you to our community. We needed your assistance in this investigation, and you helped us tremendously. We needed your help, and you helped. We also want to thank our partners at the Phoenix Police Department, the FBI, the Arizona Child Abduction Response Team, and Silent Witness for their help during this investigation. And at this time, if you guys have any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Was it a tip that led to his location, or what led to it?
So what led to the arrest was a 911 call. Again, it was a citizen in Phoenix who believed they saw him in the area. Phoenix police responded. They went to approach him, and they got into a short foot pursuit with him, and he was taken into custody.
Was he under the influence?
I don't know. I don't have that information.
In the investigation, have you guys been able to learn any more about the suspect's sister and whether she knew that he was going to be there when Brittany was picking up her child?
So a lot of that is going to be what's currently going on in the investigation still. We're very happy that we have Eric in custody, and that's what we want our public to know is they're now safe. The person that we were looking for that we thought may be a danger to himself or others in the community is now behind bars, and we can continue this investigation. So that's all things we're going to learn in the future, and as soon as we can, we'll share that with you.
Do you know why the child has been placed with the suspect's sister and not Brittany's family?
I don't have that information.
Can you speak to some of the details that were in the report about how intentional, we admitted that he intentionally ran her over, Brittany over?
That's all part of the ongoing investigation, and while it is important to the charging, what's most important to our community is knowing that he's no longer at large, and we want to thank them for the opportunity to serve them and to protect them, and we appreciate their assistance in locating him.
Can you provide any update on the details leading up to the incident?
All that is still part of the initial investigation. One thing I tried to stress in the beginning is we had a very short time with our victim before she was taken to the hospital for medical reasons. So we had so little information at the time that we're still looking for people in that area of 92nd and Lone Cactus, if they heard anything, if they saw anything, to reach out to our police department detective unit so that we can have as much information as possible.
What's been his demeanor since he was picked up? I mean, any remorse at all? What's happened? Does he know what's happened to her?
I haven't had any contact with him, and for that, I can't answer that one.
So were investigators able to talk to Brittany before she passed away?
They did. They were able to get her name and some very critical information that we needed to include that the child was inside the car at the time, the description of the car. All of that helped us to provide the information to the media and our surrounding jurisdictions so that they could help us locate the car, the child, and then eventually Eric.
Can you describe the coordinated effort to locate this person in, I think, relatively a short amount of time?
Yeah, so one of the things we pride ourselves on at the Peoria Police Department is the relationships we build within our community and then with those agencies that surround us. Phoenix was extremely helpful. They helped us the night of the incident in going to multiple locations to check them. They followed up on tips that they received via 911. Silent Witness is a huge partner that offered a reward in this incident and have offered any support they could. The FBI is always involved in investigations of this nature, and they were a great support. When we activated the Amber Alert, the Arizona Child Response Team was amazing and helpful in helping us get all that organized.
That's the one thing about the valley. You have your individual cities, but when it comes time, there's like this community assist. All borders are gone and everybody's working together, right?
Right. We all have an ultimate goal of to keep our community safe and to bring offenders to justice. And that's where we all work together and we're all one team.
The area where he was captured by Phoenix PD, was he squatting in that area? He's listed as a transient, and we knew he was familiar with the area.
don't know where he was living at the time. It's one of the things that we're looking into, and hopefully we can find those answers.
Can you say what it was about the interview that made you want to amend the charges?
The information that he provided. Like I said in the initial statement, we had a very small piece of a large puzzle, and the information that he provided us allowed us to take those pieces we had, and it kind of shifted our whole alignment with the statements that he made during that investigation.
Do local police play any part with DCS when they're investigating where to place the child next? Like, does Peoria PD have coordination with DCS throughout this process?
Yes, that's another partner that helped us through this. Is we had Abel, the 10-month-old child, and we wanted to make sure he was going to go somewhere safe, and the best resource we have for that is the Department of Child Safety. So we contacted them, and it was basically their decision to decide where this child was going to be placed.
What's next?
We'll continue to reach out to our public for tips and leads. If anybody has any information on Eric, on Brittany, or anything that could have happened leading up to this event, we're still looking for all the information we can get to make sure we have the most complete and thorough investigation.
Which leads me to my next question. Some people might think you have them, so don't you have all the information you need?
So when we talked to Brittany, we had one side of a story. We talked to Eric now, we have another side of a story. But we have two people involved in a very large confrontation, and we're hoping that there's some other people who may have seen it and have information that maybe we just don't have access to right now.
Is that information that could help kind of solidify exactly what happened? Because there were reports that certainly her family believed that Brittany was holding on to the van and was thrown off. He tells investigators a different story, that she jumped out of the van and that he intentionally hit her. Is it still unclear exactly how that unfolded?
Yeah, I mean, in a perfect world, we'd always love to have a video of whatever happened, and we're not sure if that's available. So that's why we're reaching out to see if anybody may have anything that would give us a clearer picture, because we have two stories, and we just want to make sure it's the most accurate representation of what actually happened.
Is the sister being investigated, Eric's sister?
Not that I know of, but that's something I can look into.
Who called 911? Anybody with the family, or was it just witnesses?
For which incident?
For the initial one.
As far as I know, it was multiple 911 callers, so I'm not sure if it was the sister who called at the time.
You say you're looking for information. Do you already have, were there any prior indicators to this incident that would indicate that maybe something like this would happen?
What we know at the time is we received 911 calls from witnesses in the area. We don't know if we contacted every single person who called 911 that night. That's part of this ongoing investigation. What we focused on the night of the incident was the rapidly evolving scenes that we had. We had the incident where the accident with the car took place, and then where we were trying to find Eric. So we just want to make sure that if someone called 911 and they weren't spoken to, that we do follow up and reach out to them.
Are there any warrants out for him? We know he's been arrested quite a few times in recent years.
I don't know if he had an active warrant at that time. All right, well, thanks, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Can we see the spelling of your first and last name?
Oh, yes. It's Amanda Gaines. It's Amanda. Gaines is Gaines. And I am the Public Information Officer for the Peoria Police Department.
Is that officer or sergeant?
We call it the Public Information Officer. That's fine. But I am the sergeant, so
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Okay, sergeant.
Yeah. And then I printed off our updated release. Since you guys are here, I'll hand that to you guys here, but I'll be pushing that out shortly. But thank you guys for coming. Let me get that for you.